seen the loss of trust in the dollar and the euro and the pound as the currencies in which you can carry out transactions, hold deposits or assets. And that is why step by step we are moving away from the use of these unreliable, compromised currencies. And incidentally, even the US's allies are decreasing the assets denominated in dollars steadily. That is what the statistics tells us. The volume of transactions in dollars and the assets, everything is being decreased.
Welcome back to another video. Thank you for joining me. Vladimir Putin talking about the loss of trust in the dollar and euros as currencies to hold for transactions. He mentions the amount of transaction volume going down with the dollar. And all these economies have had havoc because the dollar has had massive inflation. You think it's bad in the United States? Imagine these countries that rely on the US as the world reserve currency. Their inflation's even worse. You should see Europe, especially third world countries like Venezuela. And then it all started with Saudi Arabia a month ago, allowing other currencies to be used to buy their oil. Traditionally, they only accepted US dollars, and this was a big blow to the dollar. And then just 2 weeks ago, they said they were going to open up all trade to other currencies. If it's not clear that there's a new financial system on the horizon, then you really just aren't looking in the right places, or you're not thinking for yourself. Because these BRICS nations, Russia, Brazil, India, China, they're moving away from the dollar because it's just hurting their economies. In every currency that's been a world reserve currency, it can't last forever. And the US dollar has had a great run, but it's going towards zero like every fiat currency ever has. And it's only getting crazier with this money printing. Really quickly, a non-crypto thing. This channel is not just about crypto, it's about self-improvement and optimizing your life. ChatGPT is an artificial intelligence tool that's been going like pretty viral because you can build crazy things with it. You can tell it to build you apps, it programs for you. And I'm just curious if you guys have done anything with it. I've just built some stuff, just messing around on it. But comment below if you've used ChatGPT. And if you haven't, you should go check it out because it's a crazy tool. And it can really optimize a lot of stuff and increase your productivity if you learn how to use it right. And then a quick document here talking about as demand of XRP grows, value of XRP should appreciate. They say, given that there's a finite amount of XRP, as demand for XRP grows, the value of XRP should appreciate. Speaking of how much demand for XRP there is, really quick guys, we give away $10 in XRP every day on the channel. To enter the giveaway, like the video, subscribe and notifications on, and comment anything in the YouTube comments below. I announce the winner in the video description. I also have a Telegram where we talk about crypto 24/7. So if you want to talk about crypto outside of the YouTube comments, join my Telegram chat, links in the video description below. 40 trillion US dollars worth of payments across borders every single day. This is the volume that Swift is doing right now. Now XRP doesn't need to claim that whole entire 40 trillion. Just a percentage of that market share could do wonders for the XRP price. But if you do just want to get kind of crazy with it, take 40 trillion and take the total supply of XRP tokens, 100 billion. 40 trillion divided by 100 billion, assuming that XRP had to settle all transactions in the market, would be a $400 XRP price. That would be pretty crazy. Look at what the centralized payments hub orchestrator has to do with Ripple. Centralized payments hub orchestrator is a part of Swift. It acts as an intermediary between the financial institution's backend and Swift network. They talk about the pros and the cons, and they mention Ripple here. They say a pro: it aligns the financial institution with the payments landscape best practices and facilitates seamless adoption of the CBPR guidelines, Richardson updates. It may also enable using different types of payment channels and services such as Visa Direct, Ripple, and MasterCard Send. We're talking Visa and MasterCard, and then they just throw Ripple, a blockchain company, in there. You don't see a lot of companies in the blockchain space that are being compared and using the same sentences as Visa and MasterCard, these traditional financial giants. Moving forward, guys, this was news last month, but keep in mind what Ripple's doing in Africa. 60% of the continent utilizing on-demand liquidity for cross-border mobile payments. They announced a partnership with this company, MFS Africa, November 15th, Tuesday. And as of March 2021, MFS Africa was connected to over 320 million mobile money wallets in Africa, which at the time represented roughly 60% of all such wallets on the continent, right? Mobile money wallets, more than half of all of the African mobile money wallets are MFS Africa. And they're using Ripple in their on-demand liquidity, which utilizes XRP at its core. Think about this for a minute, guys. XRP has been scrutinized for the whole past year and a half, 2 years for this lawsuit, right? By the SEC. But in the past year alone, Ripple had 800% growth, 8x, 8 times growth in their on-demand liquidity product. How does that make any sense? What do these banks see that the SEC does not see? It's kind of mind-blowing that when there's so much regulatory scrutiny, there's this much massive growth in their on-demand liquidity product. And it really goes to show how much value there is in the product. Otherwise, these banks would not be using it. Moving forward, talking about all they have to do is plug in Ripple. In this peer-reviewed journal from pressacademia.org, it's titled Systematic Literature Review on Blockchain Adoption in Banking. Speaking of banking, speaking of money, not much is free in this world, let alone money. But if you sign up with Webull and you deposit a penny, you can get $40 in free stocks guaranteed. You can get up to $3,000, but you typically will just get $40 to $300. Great offer. Just sign up, deposit a penny, and you're guaranteed $40 in free stocks. Sell the stocks, close your account, withdraw, do whatever you want, but don't miss out on this great offer. It does end soon. Links in the video description below. So now to this peer-reviewed journal talking about the fintech startup Ripple. They say Ripple represents a value proposition offering a blockchain as a service solution. RippleNet, to which traditional banks can simply plug in. Okay, RippleNet is what is used by hundreds of banks already. A lot of these banks in the hundreds don't use XRP because it does lack regulatory clarity. Now, I know I was just saying they had 800% growth in the XRP on-demand liquidity product, but still, most of these banks are not using it. They are using RippleNet. It's a traditional plugin for these banks, and it basically allows them to see real-time data and transfer details for their cross-border payments. They say the findings suggest that blockchain technology is less likely to be successfully implemented by traditional banks in an isolated way. Instead, it seems more viable for banks to collaborate with fintech organizations like Ripple to capture value from the blockchain technology. Banks, their niche is not distributed ledger technology, and that's where companies like Ripple, who've been working on it for 10, 12 years, who have been perfecting the technology from the inception of the blockchain, that's where they're going to shine. Banks will try and compete, but ultimately they're going to have to give in to companies like Ripple because they just know more than these traditional financial organizations because they've been at it way longer. And speaking of self-improvement, guys, you can get a free trial of Skillshare. You can learn all these different skills between music, drawing, marketing, entrepreneurship, graphic design, photography. So start the new year off right. Maybe learn a new skill, improve yourself a little bit. Thank you for watching. If you're still listening, guys, comment improvement below. That means you made it to the end of the video, and that really supports the channel. Have a great weekend, guys. God bless you. Until next time.